How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today, we're checking out Nissa, Resurgent Animist, and we are doing it in an elf shell. She is a bit elfish, right? Probably. I think so. Lord of the Rings has been happening fairly recently. We're up against Italy, which is kind of cancerous, but let's go. We got this. I say that, it's probably not in the top 3 most offensive offensive decks in the format, right? Like, you could do worse. Are you gonna kill my commander, bro? You're giving Italy some bad stereotypes, mate. He didn't kill it, but he probably would have. So we're going to have a bunch of mana next turn, if we can find a land. Yeah, there we go. Green, sure, green's cool. So this is 5 in total? I guess we just move to Craterhoof, because our opponent is Italian this turn. What do you hit? Momentous Fall. You probably don't want it, honestly. A Bamboo Kami and Momentous Fall. Very sad draws, unfortunate. You can tell from my tone that I truly mean that, too. Green. Craterhoof. And Vorinclex. Yeah, because I can only generate 6 mana this turn, so I might as well get a Vorinclex put into play. Two cards. I drew 2 forests. If our opponent Wratheth, they're fine. If they don't, they die. I guess they die. Cool cards. Yeah, the problem is just the Craterhoof, right? Like, the Craterhoof will win in a straight up punch fight, fist brawl, right? Like, nothing hits harder than old Crady B. Green. Craterhoof. The game of Magic has ended. Yeah. It was brutal, man. That was pretty brutal. I don't know. I used to play a lot of elves in Historic. Just plain constructed Historic. Hey, you're a Tarisian Mindbreaker. Always welcome a new rare to the collection. I did spend some of the rares in my collection on Orthians, because I wanted to build a standard deck, and I needed 3 more Orthians. Or, I don't know if I got 3 or 2, but it's basically a training grounds deck where you use Orthane and, God, what's his name? He's not Ugin, but he's just as Lorca guy as Ugin. Not Teferi, the other one, the old guy, you know the one. God, his name is escaping me so hard right now. It's, Urza, that's right. Yeah, you can use the 4 mana Urza to basically copy a bunch of stuff. So the best copy target is you get yourself a Portal of Phyrexia online, and the following turn you can use Urza to copy it twice, basically, because you'll have at least 8 mana. And his ability will be reduced from 6 to 4. And if you can basically create 2 Portal of Phyrexia a turn, your opponent doesn't have a lot of options. Now, I've only gotten there once, but when I did get there, it definitely felt worth it. What's the other? So it's all really, really old pieces in Standard. Not really old, but it's like Brothers War constructed, basically. You have your Thran Spider, you have, we have our 2 copy spells. Of course we have the small Urza and the Might and Meek Stone, just because in a pinch, paying 4 mana for another copy of Might and Meek Stone is just more removal, right? Green. Glorious Sunrise. Draw a card. We need lands. We did not hit the critical elf ball that we were looking for this time around. And Nissa, she's decent at making a mana per turn, but she's not as efficient as an elf lord that taps for 5, right? Oh, this deck needs growing rights of Idlamok. I forgot. I was remembering what I put in elf decks, and I generally put growing rights in, but I forgot because it does not say elf on the side of the package. Mouth will probably go. I put Mouth in here because with buffs, it's easy to get to 3 power in elves, and that's basically draw a card for each creature you control, which is pretty good. Gonna make a bird? Yeah, it's a bird, but it's also a land. Counterspell, very good card. Rolling Earth? Or Roaring Earth? Let's see if we can get this one countered. I want my elves to be high, so I don't care if that gets countered, but I do care if the Doing Against Elite gets countered. I think we're gonna draw a card. Hey, there's a 5th land. Don't really need it. Green can go away. So we're just basically trolling for lands at this point, right? Going along, hoping that we get there before our opponent deals 14 damage to us, which, looking at last turn where they made a 6/6 elemental and hit us in the face with it, doesn't seem likely, but beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target land becomes an XX green and blue bird creature with flying and haste, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Whenever a land deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Some neat stuff happening there. I might play her at some point. And I might do a standard video here in a couple days too, just because standard is new, and I wanna play around with some funny strategies and see if anything has changed since the last time we were over in the standard. We haven't been to standard in a while. But that's mainly because the formula used to be a new set came around, we do historic Brawl for like a week or 2, work through all of the commanders in that set, and then like Partisan old commanders with a couple of historic videos and then some standard videos if it was particularly fun. But these days, man, like the sets have so many legends in them. You just don't go through them at all. Like, there are like 200 cards in a set, right? And then there are like 30 or 40 legends, and that's just insane. Gods above. I think we actually just have to Glorious Sunrise here. Our opponent is slowly and surely working towards our death. Whew. I don't know how we get out of it is the unfortunate part. You do give power, so we could power up the team and draw with feed. Is that good enough? Or do we just shared summonings for Craterhoof? Like, that's probably the wiser choice. Only we don't really have many turns to figure out this issue, right? Like, oi, that's neat. We might just get combated. Tapped. Good to know. Does not untap, so we only take 4 in the air. We can block the rest. And that's 5, that's 9 damage? Yeah, I'll take 9 damage. Argothian Uprooting. Can we actually pull this off? I don't think we can anymore. I think our opponent has correctly deduced the winning strategy of swinging in right before we would have an opportunity to. Green. Shared summoning. Does anything here do anything? Like, I might be able to get to 10 mana. Does this do anything? I don't know if it does, honestly. Yeah, I think we still lose. Bro, that's rough. You win some, you lose some. But today, the Itali We were rough to the Itali player. The Joriel player can be rough to us, right? The cyclical karma of MTGA is clearly in play here. And there's not incoherent biases, right? I didn't put in the... Well, I guess it doesn't really need growing rights. Growing rights is nice because it finds a creature and it turns into a Gaia's Cradle. Those are very good things for a deck to have, but they're not really necessities. So I did put some non-elf cards just to support Nissa because she does have an ability that likes lands entering the battlefield. So this should be a turn 3 Nissa, turn 4 Springbloom Druid, which will also get me an insane amount of value. Because I'll be able to play another one. I'll be able to play the Scoot Swarm on it. And then the Vorinclex will get us more lands, right? So we don't have to worry about running out of lands. No block. That Nissa has plans. Green. 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 I guess we just play Beast Whisperer. Beast Whisperer is a good boy. He's gonna draw me cards. There's very few functions that are more valuable. Oh, it's Vampire Girl. I see. What? I looked at the sleeve and the art was gone. So scary. Make a blue wizard. And then we bolster, okay. Make a blue wizard bolster. Those are good things. I can appreciate those things. How do I get more lands on the battlefield? Because that felt really good. Maybe this is just a landfall deck and it's not an elf deck. And Nissa into Primeval Bounty, I think, is our okay plan. Because then we just get all those creatures, right? Like, and we can Scoot Swarm next turn, get a copy of it immediately. That feels nice. Our opponent may Wrath, because, like, mono white Wrath feels like it's the plan. But I think this commander prefers targeted. Well, let's not have that happen in its fullest degree. I think I'll block both, honestly. Nissa's kind of... Small Nissa's kind of done her thing. I think with Big Nissa, we're gonna be just fine. I don't know. I was thinking about, because one of my favorite game series is the Elder Scrolls series, and like all of the elves in that series are just incoherently evil. Like not really, but kind of, you know? Going off with the lands. So let's creature up that one. We've well defended our Nissa now. If our opponent gets through our 14 blockers, they kind of deserve to kill Nissa at that point. But I don't think they will. I think these 14 blockers will eventually translate into a massive Crater Huff. Is it Wrath of God time? Probably should be, honestly. So you're going to cast a card from your graveyard. You can do it the hard way where it costs 8 more, but why do that when you don't have to? Zendikar Royal? Listen, we're just trying to make the biggest boys. What is your requirement? You don't have one. You're just expensive. That's right. Are we indestructibly? Now we're eerie interluding. You're still going to get foreign clicks to the face because trample, I believe, still works, but boy, you really wanted Oracle of Mul Daya dead. And that is -8. Okay. Well, those were our Nissa Resurgent Animist games. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.